Hi guys, welcome back. I've got here an absolutely amazing timepiece from Russia. It's a Vostok and it is from Russia with love. And I say that for a reason because I think this is Russia's gift to the world. This is beautiful. This is stunning. The design, the concept, the way that this thing is finished and its performance, its reliability, it's lovely. It is wonderful, and it's not an expensive watch, it's a cheap watch. So stick around as I share my honest review and opinion on this marvelous timepiece from Russia with love. Okay, welcome back guys. Firstly, let me start by saying a big thank you to David from Lifestyle Shop for sending this beautiful timepiece for me to have a look at. I love it. I fell in love with this watch as soon as I saw it. As soon as I saw its case shape, its crystal, its bezel, just the way, the intricacies, the case back, the design of the case back. I don't have any Russian watches in my collection. This is going to be my first. This is wonderful. This is superb, and I don't say that with any reservations or hesitations because this is a watch that's unpretentious. It's actually not pretending to be something that it isn't. It is what it is. It's not expensive, but I tell you what, it's extremely reliable, extremely strong, robust, and it's featured beautifully. So look, let's get onto the watch itself. Let's get onto its specs. I'll show you what I've got here in my hands. It's basically a Russian watch. Its name is Vostok Komandirskie automatic, and Komandirskie means a commander's watch. It's a military. It's basically a long-term favorite amongst Russian military. This particular watch. So the case size of the watch itself is a 42mm diameter, with a case height of 15mm. And before you get all shocked, it's actually not 15mm. It wears, I measure from the bezel to the bottom about 12mm thereabouts. So it wears like a 12mm watch. The case, the crystal itself, as you can see, the acrylic crystal is 3mm or so, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. The vintage feel, the aesthetic I'm getting out of this is absolutely superb. The lug to lug distance on this I measure at 48 with a lug width of 22mm. So I'll give you guys a wrist shot just to start off with. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so there you go. That's it sitting on my 7-inch wrist, and it's beautiful. Now I've placed it on a rubber strap. It doesn't come with this. It comes with the bracelet itself here, as you can see, which I'll talk about in a sec. But let's have a look at this watch. Let's have a look at how it sits on the wrist. As you can see, it's relatively thin from there to there. Like I said, it's about 12mm. The crystal, I think, just does this watch justice. It's beautiful. It's a military inspired watch. It's a favorite amongst the military, as I said, and it's great. It's doing a really great job on the wrist. I've been wearing this for a week and I love it. I actually wear it all day up till about 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then I don't want to take it off. I'm happy wearing it. It's such a nice piece to wear. So, but look, let's remove it and have a look closer at this particular unit. Now, I spoke about the case back. I think this is one of the best design case backs I've seen in a long time. It's different, but it's ingenious. Coming from my engineering background, what Russia has done with this, what Vostok has done with this, is incredible. So you've got a solid case back here with a retaining ring, and underneath this you've got a very thick rubber seal. So what they do is, if you notice here on the top and on the bottom, there's a couple of placement slots. That's how the case places itself in, and then you use the retaining ring to tighten it down. And apparently, the deeper you go in the ocean with something like this, the more pressure is applied to that rubber seal. And the beauty of this, the reason I say it's an amazing design, is because the case itself, the case back, does not screw, and it doesn't have any friction or torque friction against that rubber seal. So it's a flat experience, and it's torqued down through the ring. The ring actually only adheres to the metal case. The metal case that touches the rubber is perfect. So that's brilliant. That is brilliant. That's an engineering feat in itself. So I'm really impressed with that. Looking at the movement in these particular watches, it basically features a Vostok 2415-12. It's an automatic movement, 31 joules, 33-hour power reserve, which could be a little bit touch and go for some people, 33 hours. But like I said, I've been wearing it all day, every day. You could probably take it off for one full day. The day after that, it'll still have charge, so it's not too bad. But the movement is what surprised me in this. You know, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that these are rugged, reliable, and beautiful styling, but the movement's incredible. I've placed this on the time grapher expecting to be disappointed. Like I said, I've never had a Vostok, and I was expected to be really let down and disappointed, and I nearly fell off my chair. I nearly fell off my chair as a result that I got out of this movement. It's basically given me a gain of 5 seconds per day with an amplitude, a healthy amplitude of 338 degrees with 0.0 millisecond beat error. So it's in perfect beat. It basically, this watch, I've been running it on the time grapher flat or on different sort of angles, and it's pretty much stable at 5 seconds, and all you see is one straight line. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Now, it is a low beat movement. It's 19,800 beats per hour, but the beauty of it is that the service life of this watch is 10 years. So every 10 years they recommend you get it serviced. So for an army, for a Russian military sort of a watch, it's brilliant. It's exactly what they need, and it's exactly what they designed. Now, the screw down crown on this is another sort of feature that's caught me by surprise. It's quite an easy experience to grab. It's quite decently sized, but we unscrew it, and I thought, as soon as I unscrewed it, I thought I broke it. I thought I actually broke it. So as you can see, there's a wobble there. That's done by design. That's not an error. That's not an error. It's not a fault. It's deliberate. And the reason they do that is because a couple of reasons. One is to not to damage the movement inside, but secondly, it's so easy to actually get back on to the threads, to screw it back down. Because of the fact that this is wobbling at the end, like that, yeah, it's extremely easy to latch back on to the threads. So it reminds me, I remember when I was in Greece, I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I looked at a military water bottle. It was a can, and it had an unscrewable lid, and that lid had a chain that went inside the actual bottle, and when you unscrew the lid, that's exactly what you got, a little loose sort of effect. It came off, but it was loose, and this is great. This is 1960s technology, and it's, you know, the vibe I'm getting out of this, I couldn't put it back. I couldn't put it back down on the ground. I just, you know, as soon as I took it out of its case, and let me show you the case actually while we're on that. This is the case. It's a hard plastic case, and you know what? I did say to you guys, it's not pretending to be something it isn't. Look at this, a simple instruction, yeah, and that's it. There is absolutely no protection, no foam, no, you know, nothing to shield the watch against knocks and so forth. This is Russians, man. This is amazing. I have a lot of Russian friends. I'll tell you what, hats off, guys, because you have a lot of faith and trust in your product, that you ship it like this, yeah, you ship it like this, and it still comes, and it's still perfectly tuned. So incredible. So I don't know whether you'd keep like anything like this, but you know, for nostalgic purposes, quite nice. But the bracelet is another thing. I spoke about that before, and the bracelet is it's flimsy. It's not an expensive unit. As you can see, it's folded links and all the rest. Relatively light. You know, it does the job, but from what I've heard, or from what I've read from reviews with the bracelet, a lot of the guys, even the Russian guys that use this, the bracelet, you throw this in the bin. Gone. Actually, I think I just broke something. Anyway, but look, the watch is great. The watch is fantastic. Now, I've placed it on a rubber strap, as you can see here, but this would go well on a NATO of some sorts. You know, you can, maybe leather, you can play around with it. Now, I believe it's 100 meters water resistance. The bezel itself, as you can see, it's a bi-directional, and there's no noise. So there's no, it's a friction bezel. There's no ratchet, there's no clicks going left or right. And there is a lume, as you can see, the triangle on the top of the 12 o'clock, that's infilled with lume, as well as the dial itself. You've got a 9, 3, and the hands themselves, they've got loom. So I'll show you guys a loom shot. It's not a loom monster. It does do the job though. It's quite nice to see something like this because you can tell the time really easily, and it's, you know, it's not pretending. It's a really good offering. So I've fallen in love with this, guys. I've fallen in love with this cheap watch, but a very good watch, a very, very good watch. And I say that for a reason because you know, I can feel the way it's built. I can see the way that it operates. It's, you know, with its engineering you know, feats and so forth. It's not the smoothest, like this might not be the smoothest experience, but it's reliable. You can see that these are reliable things. So it's a great looking watch. I think, you know, honestly, every collector, every watch geek, every sort of guy, we have a hobby, and it's good to have, you know, a Swiss watch, a Japanese watch, a Chinese watch, a Russian watch, a German watch. These are great. This is what makes our hobby of collecting watches and using watches so exciting, things like this. Now let's get onto the dial. Basically we've got a 24-hour dial, as you can see, 12, 3, 6, 9. You got in between markers 13, 14, 16, 17, all the way to 23. There is a sub dial here, which is the seconds. So that shows me, you know, the seconds. It's not a hackable movement. It is hand windable, and I forgot to show you guys that the movement is beautiful in hand winding. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear that. Beautiful. That's stunning. So it's a nice experience in winding it. It's not hackable, but you know, you just pull it out, adjust your time and so forth, and away you go. So it's a commander's watch. It's a watch that's meant to be usable in the field, fulfilling a particular purpose, and I think this does it very well. But very trendy, especially in today's day and age, wearing something like this on a nice leather strap or rubber strap, NATO. I really like it. I really like it. So I had to share this with you guys. It's a wonderful little piece. Get on David's website. If you're in Australia, even if you're overseas, get on David's website. I think he's the exclusive importer. I'm pretty sure they've sold out their first batch. So get on, maybe get a pre-order or something. A wonderful timepiece, a wonderful little unit. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of the watch. It is a lovely little unit. I've been enjoying it for a week, and I think I'm going to enjoy it for a lot longer than that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.